Right. Hello all you hardcores, how are you doing? It's Big Porky here. Hello all you haters and trolls, I hope you're alright. You keep watching, don't you? Well, as long as you're watching this, you're not knocking your old ladies about, are you? Right, is there rimming at boxing after parties? Yeah, of course there's rimming at boxing after parties. People go to, there's some people lose their mind, they get drunk and that, and they start partying, the shoulder sends up. Other boxers sit there drinking water, trying to create a good impression, and a lot of managers are there pushing their guys, you know, wanting to get it in a certain position in rankings, you know, sat with governing bodies. So yeah, there is a lot of rimming at these boxing after parties. Another question I've been asked: is the Dave Caldwell, Steffi Bull, Dominic Ingle era over? Is it now the Mark Tibbs, Jamie Moore, Shane McGuigan era? I don't know, but who's Dave Caldwell got really? Jordan Gill, and who else has he got? Anthony Fowler. I don't think any of them two are any great shakes, are they? They say Bellew's retired. No, he ain't. Bellew is not retired. He's coming back as an heavyweight next year. He's just having a break. Then he's going to come back. And setbacks paved the way for comebacks. I'm really an heavyweight. I don't want to go out on a loss. Blah de blah. The script is being written. You, the fans, are foolish enough to pay £20 to watch Bellew, a guy that's beat who? His world title wins are Macabo and BJ Flores. That is it. He's had 4 pay-per-views. So don't even get me starting on Dave Caldwell's stable. But he ain't got nobody at the moment, has he? Who's Steffi Bull got? Josh Wales just been beating a European title. I thought he won, but other than Josh, who's a good ticket seller, who's Steffi got? He ain't got anybody, has he? That show he's got on at weekend, 5 fights at Donny Dome. They'll have curtain pull round, won't they? Lee Appleyard's headlining it, but who has he got? Lee Appleyard's a good fighter, but he's on the slide, isn't he? Who has Steffi got? He ain't got nobody, has he? So Dominic Ingle, Kel Brooks left him for John Fuchs. Will Billy Joe fight again? Who other world champions Dominic's got? He ain't got none, has he? No world title belts. Nicola Adams, she has to piggyback in with Josh Warrington, doesn't she? So who's Dominic got? I don't really know, to be honest. There's nobody jumps out at me. Lee Wood, he don't jump out at me. So Mark Tibbs, he's got Dillian White, and Dillian's got, he's got a guy, or he just signed another one, and he's got 1 or 2 guys under him. He's an emerging trainer, Mark Tibbs, I like him. Jamie Moore, Tommy Coyle, Carl Frampton, Rocky Fielding fighting Canelo, Shane McGuigan, he's doing well, isn't he? It's all looking good for them boys, isn't it? He's got Groves and Chantel Cameron, and they've got a deal with Channel 5. So is the Dave Caldwell, Steffi Bull, Dominic era over? No, it ain't over. Those 3 will, I'm sure they'll find a way back in, won't they? But Dominic's kept his options open, hasn't he? He works with Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, but will he work with Eddie again? And if he does, would Billy Joe be happy? Can Dave Caldwell work with Frank Warren again? No, he can never work with Frank again. So he can't go to Frank, can he? He's an Eddie man. Steffi Bull, he'll work with anybody, won't he, Steffi? He'll find a way. He's good at his job and he's good on shop floor, but at the moment his stable's as weak as some homebrew that I've made. Oh, what I used to make in Moreland's prison, it were like weak as water, should I say? So we don't swear on this channel now. But so it's not looking good for Caldwell, Bull and Ingle, is it? It's not looking as rosy as it were. Caldwell, obviously, McDonald's have both been knocked out. Davy Price and Bellew all got iced. Ice, baby. But it is what it is, isn't it? So, but there's not something at the door, is there? No, it's dog. So we don't want to get this finished now. What is a matchroom mong? What is a matchroom mong? A matchroom mong is them people that go on they start shouting that Wilder didn't want to fight Joshua when there were 80 million on the table for 2 fights, or 50 million for the first fight. Matchroom Mongs are people who were screaming blue murder, saying that Joshua didn't want to fight. So my kids are not here, are they? Jesus, already. So that's what a Matchroom Mong is. You know, them people that'll send Eddie Hearn tweets telling him he's the greatest. Eddie Hearn, you're the greatest, you're big, you're number one, you're massive, we love you, Eddie. Oh, that's the best show I've ever been to. Look, let me tell you something, shall I, about Matchroom Mongs. There's people out there that set accounts up on social media. They'll run 10 accounts, right? And Eddie will have 100 of these people running 10 accounts. So that's 1,000 fake accounts on Twitter. Now what these people do, every time Eddie Hearn puts a tweet out, these 100 people on their 10 accounts, they'll retweet it, like it and comment 10 times. Now if you go through them all, because I know people that have, and you'll see who these people are, and they all set up the accounts at the same time. These people are on ticket deals, and what it's called is fake news. Now when you've got 1,000 accounts working all day putting stuff out, telling Eddie Hearn his tweets are great and agreeing with everything he says, and going against everything Frank Warren and every other promoter's doing, and bigging every other fighter up and going up against everybody else, you're creating this massive windstorm of fake news. And they're all just sat there in that office at Essex going like that. That's what happens. We all know people try to shut me up. I've just got an opinion. If anybody's got a problem with my opinion, they're more than welcome to get in touch and come to the gyms or see me at shows and pull me about it. Nobody ever does. Oh, a few people do, but nobody ever backs up these serious threats that I get or abuse that I get where they're going to chop me up and things like that. I just laugh at that, because when you've served over 10 years in prison, you've seen it, done it and heard it, haven't you? It's water off a duck's back to me. Probably when I was 13 or 14 I'd have been a bit, oh God. But now I just laugh at it, because it's, why would anybody want to risk a life sentence? Or that, who is it, the guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but didn't he threaten to burn my house down, and he said he'd paid somebody to burn it down? Well, he don't seem to say much nowadays, does he? What happened to him? But it is what it is, isn't it? If people want to leave bad comments on YouTube, they can. You know, every now and then I'll go through them all, and every now and then I'm going to put camera on. I think I've only done it once or twice ever, and I'll read a few out, but that's just when I just want to do something different. It's an opinion. Boxing is an opinion. It's like toenails, everybody's got them, haven't they? But don't get your knickers in a twist over it. But you know, and then not only have you got 100 trolls on a Matchroom account, running Matchroom, sorry, not only have you got 100 trolls running 10 accounts, you've also got, you know, Eddie Hearn's got certain people in media, he's got IFL, he's got that, there's a couple of guys, isn't there? Hatman Strikes Back, and there's another guy, isn't there, who's always saying nice things about Matchroom and hammering everybody else. I forgot his name. Then you've got Seconds Out, that Radio Raheem, he's a big Eddie Hearn man, isn't he? Michelle Phelps, behind the gloves, and Pav at PSB Sports. You've got all these people that are going to say anything that Eddie Hearn wants them to say, and Eddie Hearn's going to give them the airtime because he does the numbers, doesn't he? And he helps them progress, and that's how it works. Now, me, I'm not bothered about numbers. It's nice to get them, but we're not registered for ads. I'm happy with a tub of milkshake, me, diet whey, and a few chocolate bars, chocolate brownie bars, and my house painted, and my card on half price remap, things like that. I'm happy with it like that. This has never been about money. This is a hobby for me. I'm fortunate. as in the other respects, but these people, it's their job, it's their livelihoods, so they have to be thick-skinned, don't they, and kiss arse on TV, on their internet channels. They have to agree with things and say everything that Eddie, you know, Eddie Hearn, you're the greatest, you're this, you're that. They show themselves up just to get an interview with him. Now, is Eddie Hearn going to be man enough to come on my channel? I'll sit there and I'll have an interview with him. I don't want to sit there queuing like everybody else. I want to meet him at a proper location. I'll come and sit down with him. I'll even pay for lunch or an evening meal or whatever bill comes. I'll pick the tab up. I'm not like all the rest of these who want to just kiss arse and get in the Eddie Hearn gang. I've got questions here that I want to ask Eddie Hearn. And keep them coming in at porkycorner@mail.com. Keep them coming in, because I might even just forward them to him and say, there you go, Eddie, these are what the fans want to know. But I want to ask you to your face. I want to see you squirm. I'm not going to be all this, it's not going to be all this pre-planned stuff where people ask you an hard question and you just walk away, Eddie. There ain't going to be none of that. It's going to be proper questions. But you know, you've got them sort of people putting it out there, the Eddie Hearn, the cult, and then, you know, you've got all them trolls. Then you've got these internet companies, IFL, Radio Rhyme, Seconds Out, Behind the Gloves, PSB Sports, and there's another one as well. I forgot his name now. The Hatman Strikes Back, but there's another one that's terrible. And then you've got, you know, guys in media like TalkSport, Alan Brazil, Darren Goff, Jake Wood and Spencer Oliver. Oh my God, with their podcast. They should be embarrassed. Then you've got Gareth Davis singing the Matchroom tune. What planet is he on, Gareth Davis? He should be embarrassed. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I'm saying? It does me head in, but you know, it is what it is, innit? So, but what can you do? What can you do? It's not good, is it? But shout out to the boys at Eco Power R4. Shout out to Dean at Maximuscle. Thank you very much for the shakes and the chocolate brownies, Dean. Thanks to Justin at the Tea Leaf Company. I'll be ready for some tea about February. Shout out to Will at Colourworks and Ali at Churchill's. Taylors in Doncaster celebrating 50 years. Shout out to Jason Stewart at Ledger Frames. And keep on trucking.